If you are unnecessarily aggressive, derogatory, or blatantly disrespectful to another human being, I would also choose to hang out with an animal that...
But I promise you, let's say there's a bear right there and a man right there, and there's a woman right here, and they about to run to one of them, they gonna run straight to that man and help me, help me, help me.
A bear is gonna hibernate, go look for food, climb a tree, swim, or kill you.
So a few months ago, there was a video that went completely viral on TikTok and took the internet by storm. It ended up sparking a debate between men and women, basically a gender war about this question.
Would you rather be stuck in a forest with a man or a bear?
Bear. Man is scary.
With a bear.
Well, I've heard about bears. They don't always attack you, right? Unless you like fuck with them. So maybe a bear.
Depends what man, but probably a bear.
100% a bear, which is like terrifying to say, but
Definitely a bear. Some men are very scary out there.
A bear. I would say a man.
And when you see the video, there is this overall consensus of the women having the same answer for who they'd rather be found by. And so I went out and I asked people, why do you think so many women chose to be found by a random bear compared to a man?
it's a real matter of trust.
Sexual assault, being scared of it.
A bear is gonna hibernate, go look for food, climb a tree, swim, or kill you.
Because the guys like him right there. You can point the camera on him.
Yeah, I don't think they're a big fan of guys.
I just think with today's age, it's just hard being a woman because you never know who has good intentions and who has bad intentions with things.
If you are unnecessarily aggressive, derogatory, or blatantly disrespectful to another human being, I would also choose to hang out with an animal that, at least when it does it, it's not personal.
That's just not true. They don't want to be found by a bear over a man. They're just saying that.
I think that probably because they had a better chance off with the bear than they would the man. Men are dangerous and they would hurt you more than a bear would, or could damage you more.
Rape you, like assault you, all that stuff. And for a bear, they felt like a bear wouldn't really like bother you.
But with a man can show you that he loves you and still stab you. A man can show you that he's the most evilest thing in the world, but he's the best thing to you.
Nobody's running to the bear. I don't know. I guess it's a trend or something. People just want to follow trends or whatever, but it's not how it goes.
You could get killed by both easily. Well, not easily. The bear probably kill you like straight up.
And sometimes you walk around doing your own thing, and there's people out there that have the bad intentions, and they kind of catch you off guard. Especially with the internet now and TikTok, all of that, you hear so many horror stories of what women go through.
What do you have to say for yourself?
I think he's spinning some bullshit. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. The things I've seen him done, I'd choose the bear too.
I think they just like bears better.
You think that they're gay?
I didn't say that, but like,
That's kind of what it sounded like.
I think they just like bears.
So men are so unpredictable that women just don't know where to settle because they don't have nothing definite with the man, but they most definitely have something definite with the bear.
It's the fact of like, you know what to expect because that's a bear. You know, that's their nature. With men, you don't really know what to expect unless they have respect. But some, they lack that.
They have something in their head that's like, oh man, men ain't shit, whatever, because of some experience they had. But when it comes down to it, if they get found by a bear, they're screwed.
I mean, like even yesterday I was watching on TikTok, there's a man, he cosplays as a woman and he puts himself in situations to show people like, hey, women are in uncomfortable situations every day. Like for example, the one I watched last night, he was in a subway just kind of standing there and a man approached him, was pestering him. He told him no, and because the man thought he was a woman and still kept getting closer and closer and closer, actually like was touching her and stuff like that, and she was expressing to him like, please stop, please stop. They even got on the subway itself and he was sitting right on her, just staring at her and stuff like that. Like it's stuff like that's scary and it happens every day, especially in the bigger cities.
I think all men are human. I think it's just human nature to feel like someone is out to get you.
They just say that. It's just something that people say for attention and for the media. There's no way they actually believe that.
All talk.
Trust that you know that the bear's always gonna do that no matter what you do, versus a man, it's really up to bat.
What things have you done?
Nothing, man. I accidentally broke his slide yesterday, but I offered to buy him a new pair. Just big and greedy, I guess. Just big and greedy.
I myself too have been in situations where I'm like, I don't know if I'm in a safe like environment with people around me and stuff like that too. So it's just like, I don't know, I feel like as a woman today you have to be extra cautious and extra alert because you never know what kind of attentions people have.
But I promise you, let's say there's a bear right there and a man right there, and there's a woman right here, and they about to run to one of them, they gonna run straight to that man and help me, help me, help me. I'm doing the same thing. Like what?
What do you think that men have done to make women feel afraid that a random man chosen from somewhere in the world world would most likely sexually assault her than save her?
Maybe their experiences that they've had, or like things that they've heard like on the news or like articles or things like that.
No comment. I don't know.
The statistics, because you might see a higher percentage of men assaulting and killing women than there are overall of bears killing women.
Do you think social media has anything to do with it?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
I think social media has a lot of like impact on what people think.
Social media plays a big part in what women think and what people think in general.
Do you think most men are good men, or do you think most men are bad men?
There are good men out there, and then that kind of label has to go on them as well. But I don't know, we just need to be better as humans and treat each other better with better intentions.
I don't think all men are dangerous.
I agree. I believe that most people are decent, or most men are decent as well.
From my experiences and from my life, I feel like it's like a mixed.
There are definitely outliers, but I feel like most men are good.
And so then for you personally, which one would you choose, the man or the bear?
Oh, I had a daddy. I choose the man.
I would probably pick a man. I don't know why I'm finding myself in a forest to begin with, but you know, if that ever happens, I'm probably hoping to find another human being in general. I'm probably going to escape better. I'm probably going to get out. And if I am being targeted and ever placed in danger by that man, it's not a symbol that all men are bad. It's a symbol that that man is a horrible man.
What do you think that we as men to do to make women feel more comfortable to feel as if they could choose a man over a bear?
I think just be extra cautious of just like how women feel and empathy for that. If you're walking on the street, I know if I'm walking in the street at night and there's a man behind me, I'm like looking over my shoulder every minute, and they like will cross the street. The woman knows like, hey, like I'm not trying to follow you home. Also in public too, if they see a woman feeling uncomfortable from a man, because sometimes you can see that body language, speak up for her and like help her out and like be there for her. Be there in that situation, because like I myself have been in an uncomfortable situation. I've looked around and I've seen men around me, and like you could tell I was uncomfortable and they did not intervene. So I don't know, just stuff like that, and having that empathy and just kind of knowing in your head that women have to like be extra cautious and kind of look over their shoulders. Being aware of that just I think maybe would help, you know, and help their reputation, and just also correcting other men maybe. So if you see a man being disrespectful to a woman or other human being, you know, correct that behavior. Tell them like it's not okay to talk about people like that and stuff like that. So yeah.
So before filming this, I did scour the internet a little bit, seeing some reasons why women would choose the bear over the man. And one video I came across was a woman who tried to bring a biblical point of view on why choosing the bear over the man is biblical.
Let's just end the bear versus man debate right here, because as a Christian, I was reading my Bible this morning, and it says in the Word of God, Proverbs 17 verse 12, it says, let a bear rob of her cubs meet a man before a fool bent on folly. So just kind of let that digest with your soul today.
And now look, the book of Proverbs, one of my favorite books. It's probably the one I have read the most. But I can guarantee that King Solomon, the wisest man to ever exist historically, did not write that Bible verse thinking about how 2,000 plus years later there would be this debate on the internet about if you were lost in the woods, would you rather be found by a man or by a bear? Now, what I think was meant by that verse was just simply put that being with somebody in their foolishness can be worse than death, because of the results that can come about. One thing I found interesting throughout filming this, there was a bit of a difference between the men and the women's answers. Men and women, we are different. We see things in a different way. And I'll be honest, at first I was one of the people who, when I first came across this debate, I felt some type of way about women saying they would rather take their chances with a bear compared to a man. And when I thought of a man, I obviously thought about myself, because I am a man, if you couldn't tell. But as I continued to film this video, honestly, specifically talking to some of the women, like the last woman, like the lovely Elizabeth, in which she even actually gave us a little bit of something that happened to her off camera, which I do appreciate. I started by the end to get a better understanding of honestly why some women chose the bear over the man. Now, honestly, at the end of the day, I still think if this was a real scenario, the women would honestly choose a man. Because this is the thing, I've seen Animal Planet. Dude, I've seen what bears can do to people. And so with having that in my mind, I really thought it was absurd. But like I said, the more I talked to them, the more I started to realize that there is a bit of understanding why, as humans, we tend tend to just think of the negative, the worst in society. Even though I do believe that most men are good men, I kind of understand it and I started to get it, which was something I did not expect. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comments, whether or not you think we found the true answer to why so many women chose the bear over the man, whether or not they're justified, whether or not people are just saying it to say it. Let me know, which one would you choose if you were lost in the woods, the man or the bear? Make sure to like and subscribe.